What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Kids Talk Sports podcast. And on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the NBA playoffs. I'm going to give you guys some updates on the series, how they're going, what teams have advanced to the conference finals, and giving you guys my predictions for the rest of the matchups. So let's get into it. So the first series we'll talk about was the conference semifinals between the Golden State Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves did end up winning this series in 5 games. In Game 5, Julius Randle had a really good game for the Timberwolves with 29 points and 8 rebounds. Anthony Edwards continues to produce really well play for the Timberwolves. He's been averaging 32 points over the postseason. Brandon Podziemski, shooting guard for the Warriors, stepped up big. He had 28 points and 6 rebounds to kind of try to keep the Warriors in this game. But Steph Curry, if you guys didn't know, he got injured in Game 2. He was out for the rest of the series. He was expected to return in Game 6 if the Warriors could get it to a Game 6, which they could not. So Steph Curry did not come back. And the Timberwolves, after that win, they advanced to play the winner of the the Thunder versus Nuggets Game 7 on Sunday. So Timberwolves, they keep playing well. I think they are the most dangerous and hottest team in the playoffs right now with Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert. And then the second series we're going to talk about is the Pacers versus the Cavs. The Pacers win this series in 5 games, a 4 seed versus 1 seed upset. Pacers won Game 5, 114-105. The Cavs had a 12-point lead after the first quarter. It looked like they were cruising, and then the Pacers just started fighting back. Tyrese Halliburton proved all the haters wrong with 21 points and 8 assists. 31 points and 8 assists after dropping just 4 points on 2 for 8 shooting in the last game. He proved the haters wrong. Donovan Mitchell continued to just absolutely ball out. He had 35 points in that game, but it just wasn't enough. He scored 35 or more points in every single game of that series, but his team just didn't really give him any support, and it just wasn't enough to come out on top. I think the Pacers are also a pretty dangerous team. Tyrese Halliburton has been maybe him and Anthony Edwards have probably been the 2 best players in the postseason right now. Halliburton, he's had a couple clutch game winners, and has just been dominant. So it'll be really interesting to see how the Pacers play against. They move on to play the New York Knicks, who we'll talk about next. But yeah, I think the Pacers. I think they have the worst roster out of any teams left in the playoffs. I just don't think they have a strong enough bench, and I don't think their starting lineup is strong enough either. But they just kind of have that grit and fight. I don't know how they've been winning games, but they have. So I think it'll be really interesting to see how they do against the Knicks, who are a really, really good, solid team. So we'll talk about the Knicks next. The Knicks did beat the Celtics in 6 games, winning in a blowout fashion, 119-81. Jalen Brunson had a really good game with 23 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds. Josh Hart also had a really good game with 10 points and 11 assists. But I think the key was Cat here. He had 23 points. He had a really, really good game. I think he was really big in that victory. So I think the Knicks are not a complete team. Mikal Bridges also had 22 points. I don't think the Knicks are a complete team if Cat is not playing very well. But if Cat is playing well, then I think the Knicks are a really, really good, solid team. The Celtics, Jason Tatum went down with a gruesome injury. So in Game 4, and then they ended up losing. They fought back in Game 5, but Game 6 it was just a blowout. The brights were too light for them in Madison Square Garden, and the Knicks advanced to the conference semifinals for the first time in 25 years to play the Pacers, which will be a really, really good matchup. And then for the last series that we're going to talk about, this series is still going on. The 4-seeded Nuggets versus the 1-seeded Thunder. They will play Game 7 tomorrow on Sunday when I'm recording this. My prediction for that, I've got the Thunder winning this. The Thunder and the Nuggets, they've kind of been going back and forth on win-lose. I think the Nuggets, they don't have a strong enough bench, I don't think, to keep up with the Thunder. And this is their second 7-game series back-to-back. The Thunder, this is their first after sweeping the Grizzlies. It is huge for the Nuggets to get a day off, but I don't think I just think that they're going to be really fatigued. Jokic has been playing a lot of minutes because the Nuggets don't really have someone to back him up on the bench. Jamal Murray's been sick, so I think the circumstances are really tough for the Nuggets, and it's in Oklahoma City. So just give me the Thunder. Give me Shea to have a crazy game. I say Shea probably drops like 30, 40. Just wills the Thunder to move on to play the Timberwolves, which will be an insane matchup. So give me the Thunder to beat the Knicks or the Nuggets in 7, and then and then for my predictions for the conference semifinals, give me the Pacers to beat the Knicks in 6 games. I think the Pacers, by any means, I don't think they're very good. I just think they just have that like kind of fight in them. I don't see who can beat them right now. So give me them to beat the Knicks. I think it'll be tough though to win games in Madison Square Garden. It's going to be rocking in there. But the Pacers also do get a solid home crowd, so I think it'll be interesting to see how they do. So give me the Pacers to beat the Knicks in 6 and move on to the finals. Then give me the Timberwolves to beat the Thunder in 5 games. I think they'll just be dominant in this series. I think they match up better against the Thunder than they do the Nuggets. So give me the Timberwolves to beat the Thunder in 5 and just dominate to move on to the finals. And then in the finals, give me the Timberwolves to win in a 7-game series. I think Timberwolves Pacers would be awesome to see. Tyrese Halliburton versus Ant. So yeah, give me the Timberwolves to win the NBA Finals in 7 games against the Pacers. And before we wrap up this episode, we've got some question of the week. So the first shout out goes to Luke, who said he thinks the Nuggets will upset the Thunder and the Celtics will win the NBA Finals. So shout out Luke for answering the question of the week. The second shout out goes to Ezra, who thinks in the East the Knicks will beat the Celtics, the Pacers will beat the Cavs, and then he has the Pacers over the Knicks to go to the championship. And then in the West, he's got the Nuggets over the Thunder and the Timberwolves over the Nuggets. And then he's got the Pacers beating the Timberwolves in the NBA Finals. So shout out to Ezra. And then the last shout out goes to Camden, who said, I predict that the Pacers will upset the Nuggets in the NBA Finals. So shout out to them for answering the question of the week. This week's question of the week is, who do you think will win Game 7 of the Thunder versus Nuggets? And who do you have in the NBA Finals? What is your prediction for the winner of the Nuggets versus Thunder game? And what is your prediction for the NBA Finals matchup? So, as always, thank you guys so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. Peace.